Hi guys, so today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do a GFX on Roblox, and most of it is gonna be in Roblox Studio, but we're also gonna use Blender. So first what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in plugins at the top of your screen in Roblox Studio and go to load character, and then you're gonna type the name of whichever person or character you want to use for your GFX. I typed mine in, and then you're gonna drag it to your screen. If you want to erase or change the face, what you're gonna go and do is you're gonna go in where it says the name of your character, scroll all the way down to head and go to face, and then just click the delete button in your computer. Then if you want to add a new face, you're gonna go where it says toolbox and make sure it's in images and search up whichever face you like to use. I chose this one, and then you're just gonna drag it onto the face like this. You're gonna drag it, then you're gonna go to models. This is to find whichever model or any toppings that you want to add to your GFX. I wanted to add an ice cream cone. I fit it to size, and then now I'm gonna find a creator that has some sort of model for our thing or the background for GFX. I'm gonna put a few of the ones that I've used, of the creators that I've used. In the end, I ended up choosing this one, and I chose it because it went with the ice cream theme right there that I was going for. So what you're gonna do next is you can do a lot of things with it. You can play with it a lot, but what I chose to do is that I wanted to move the limbs first and then drag it into the model to see how it was all gonna turn out, and then go into Blender and do all of the rendering, because that's what works best for me. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm gonna choose whichever limb I want to move first. So here I start with my left upper or lower arm, upper arm, and I selected it. And then here for move, you just click on it and you can move it with the arrows. Scale is to change the size of it, and rotate is to rotate it. And so it's basically pretty self-explanatory what you have to do for this part. It's a little bit complicated at first, but after a few times of doing it, it usually doesn't take that long. Here I'm just starting rotating it and moving it around to start changing my character. So yeah, so just move it however you want and make sure it's just how you want it. And I'll see you guys back when I finish moving mine. it. Now what you want to do is you want to save all of your models and everything that you have saved right now, and just save it to your computer so that you can go into Blender and render all of it and just make it into one picture. So here what you're gonna go and do is you're gonna go where it says well, for me, Angel Her Pasta 07, which is my username, and you're gonna right click it and you're gonna go where it says export selection. So you're gonna click on that. It's right there at the bottom. Then you're gonna click on it and save it wherever you want. You can just save it in whichever folder you want. I saved it in my Roblox folder in pictures. I saved it in my Roblox folder, and there I have all of my multiple other GFXs that I've done. I just saved it as, angel with ice cream, because it's exactly what it is and it's easy for me to know what it is. Then we're gonna do the same thing for the model. And you can also edit your model however you want, like you can move and change colors of things. I just didn't want to do it that complicated right now because this is more for beginners. I'm also a beginner still, so I don't know that much about how to use all of this yet. But yeah, it should be exporting, it should be saving. It doesn't take that much. It usually doesn't take that long to save, but since it's a big model, it does take a little bit of a while. Okay, now that it finished loading, now we're gonna move on to Blender. Okay, so here I'm in Blender, and first what you're gonna want to do is delete this little cube. So you're gonna click on it and click X, and then it should say delete, and you're just gonna click on that, and it should delete your cube. Now we're gonna export all of our GFXs and things that we did in Roblox Studio. So you're gonna go into import selection and go to wavefront, and then click on your model and your character. If you did the one without a face and just it's standing, this is where you come back. You don't have to do the whole thing. There's a lot of different things you can do. If you want me to do one on how to do like a basic one for thumbnails, I can certainly do that, because they're different, there's many different ways to do this. This is more for like a and not like a thumbnail. It's more of like a profile picture or something like that. But for something like a thumbnail, what I do is just I do one standing or in one certain pose without a face, and then I just Google a face and I just paste it into my character, so that I have many different GFXs with only one, and I don't have to do all of this work all over again. But here I showed you how to move things, and when you find it and it's all centered, you can go into the camera view. There's many different views in where you can use Blender, and oh my god, what am I doing? Well, yeah, there's many different views. In camera view, it helps you a lot because this is how it's actually gonna look in the end. So I recommend you to move it into where your camera view is, so that that's how it's gonna turn out. And I usually go into my camera view a lot. So just rotate it and move it into your camera view until it's perfect. Okay, in this part I'm showing you how you can move it in Blender, because it's a little bit different than in Roblox Studio. I still kind of got it, but Blender is also very professional, so it's sometimes a little bit harder to use. That's why I use Roblox Studio more, because I never actually figured out how to move limbs in Blender. If you guys know, just let me know, because I am still not very sure how to use Blender. To get the vibrant colors, what you're gonna go is to go to those 3-4 little circles at the top of the screen and click on all of them until it has the perfect color that you are looking for, because I think it's the third one that you always have to click on. But yeah, then now that I already centered my model, now I'm gonna actually spawn my actual GFX. And by the way, make sure you click on the one that says OBJ and not the MTL, because in the MTL it's not actually gonna just spawn your character. It's not gonna really do anything. So make sure you click on the OBJ and not in the MTL. Okay, now that I spawned my character and I moved it into the center, now I just have to find my moving tool, because sometimes it's just very far away from the character. This is why I really use Roblox Studio, because it's way easier for me, but you can use whatever you want. I tried doing it as simple as I could. This is the simplest way I could find, really, because I saw way too many tutorials on how to do it, and this is just the easiest way and a mix of many tutorials, and the best way that worked for me. This is without any rigs, and I think it's the latest version of Blender, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is how it finally turns out. And if you want to keep it like this and not have like any background, and you can just like make it a clear background and put whatever background you want after that, or you can just keep it like this, it doesn't really matter. You can do this. I'm gonna show you how to do it with a transparent background, and I think the best way, I'm gonna try and do something a little bit new later on this video, and I'm gonna try and find some cool backgrounds that I can add to the GFX to make it look brighter and have a cool background on it, and not just have a transparent one. Okay, so you're gonna go to this bar and go to this little camera, and you're gonna scroll down until you see the one that says film, and it's a drop down menu, and you're just gonna click on where it says transparent. There, after you click it, now your background is totally transparent. But if you want to do the little new thing that I was saying, you're gonna do this. You're gonna search up HDRI Haven on Google and just find whichever background and lighting you want. This one's very, well, I've never tried this before, so it was my first time trying it in this video, so if it didn't go out right, I mean, this whole video is a new learning process, but I do recommend, if you're gonna do this, do it before you spawn your GFX and your model, because then you're gonna have to move it to according to the background, or else there's an easier way to do it. I again haven't really learned how to do this properly, but I'm still learning. I do recommend to do the background first instead of how I did it, because I came out with a lot of mistakes after that. So here's me trying to find how to do a few things. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how to use Blender more. But here we go. I moved my character so that it had the cool background, as I said, and I love how it turned out. And now that we have done all of that, here's my final product. I really do like it, and again, I just recommend you to do the background thing first, because I had to move it according to how I wanted the background to be, and that took me a really long time to do. So I really recommend to do that first. It came out with a lot of mistakes, but this was my first time doing it, so it's a little bit hard. But yeah, now we're gonna render it. So to render, you're gonna go to the top of your screen and where it says render, and go and render image, and then it should start rendering. It usually doesn't take a long time. There we go. Now it just popped up, and that is your final product. Now to actually save it to your computer, you're gonna go in image, and I think it says save image or import image, I'm not really sure, but yeah, you're just gonna save it. This is your final product. I hope you guys really like how the results came out. I really did love it, but really, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you really liked it, and also comment down below what other videos you want to see me do, because I really have a really fun time doing this video. If you want to watch me do more tutorials, if you want to see me do more Bloxburg videos, more obby videos, anything you guys want to see Roblox. I also hope you enjoyed my first voiceover. It was fun to do it. I wanted to do it a little bit further more into time of me doing YouTube videos, but I really wanted to do it since the beginning, and well, I really hope you guys like this. Bye bye, have a nice day. I love you, loves. Bye.